Good morning, you guys. Welcome to our book study Monday morning. It's good to see everybody, or I guess it will be good to see everybody as soon as everybody wakes up and gets a chance to check this out. So, just want to talk a little bit about um, these windows really quick. Three ideas that um, we have in here is one is the idea that you get income, so everything seems to start in the income window. Um, you get income, and then the one option is that you just pay bills, like, so you go to the outgo window, and we had pictures of that. Let me actually see if I can thumb through, and here's that picture there where we just pay into the outgo window. So you go from income window to outgo window, and then your money flows out. And then um, the next window is the window that says that we actually buy things like toys and stuff like that that cost us money. And then it goes to our outgo window. So there's a pattern there. It's a good visual pattern for us to be able to have. And Trash Man to the Cash Man calls them wealth reducing liabilities. And then the next window, which to me, this is the most important window for us to be able to look at and really be able to study and understand. So let's pick up reading right here. If you want real wealth, you're not going to be able to create it on the emotion of fear like people do, on the emotion of envy like middle class people do. Oh, that was important. So on the emotion of fear like poor people do. So if you think about, um, how you're thinking about things, I can't spend money on this, or I can't allocate my money to that scenario, and that fear seems to keep us in a certain spot. So if we are able to um, do more than fear, then it gets us to a different space. Well, that more than fear can't even be envy or something like envy. And these are all things that people will try to argue with or try to talk about if they're not in the right mindset. But if you're in the right mindset, you kind of get it. You understand that the challenge is to not move on emotions like fear and envy of trying to have stuff or trying to save stuff to um, to get to the money place that you want to get to. So what else is there if there's not have and save, right? So what is the emotion that causes rich people to get rich? That's really a trick question. You don't get rich on emotion. If you're going to get rich, you're going to get rich on decision, not an emotion, not an emotion. So there's a highlight right there that we can talk about or just be able to explore, is that it's the decision pieces that will actually help us to change the way that we're going to do things. So it can't be an emotional move, um, really, right? And honestly, it's hard to be without emotions, but I think that um, if we are understanding the spirit of this conversation, then we get the idea that says, man, I can't be comparing myself to other people. I can't look at it trying. I can't say I'm gonna miss out on having fun. Like, can't be those things. I'm not gonna have enough money. Can't be those concepts, right? So income producing assets here. Here's how that happens. You focus on the IPA window. So the IPA window is IPA window stands for income producing asset. An income producing asset is anything that brings money into your financial house without you having to work for that money. You're not trading time for this money. You take some of your income in your early working days and put it over in your income producing asset window. You start some kind of income producing asset that can pay you when you're not working. Most people can't think of any way to make money unless they're working for it. That is why most people are broke, because they don't know how to make money without working for it. Rich people know how to make money without working for it. I know what they do, or I know they do because they belong to the same country club that I belong to, or one like it. We're playing golf while our employees are doing the work in our business. That business is called an asset. Examples of income producing assets. An example of an income producing asset can be real estate investments. If you own an apartment building and it has 20 units in it and you rent those apartments out for 700 a piece, that apartment building brings in 14,000 a month. Let's say that the apartment building costs you 500,000. Your mortgage payment is 5,000 a month and your upkeep is 2,000 a month. So you are netting 7,000 a month on the real estate investment. An income producing asset could be a parking lot with a booth, um, and one employee could be very good income producing asset. The land for the parking lot can sometimes be bought very cheaply or even leased for a few years for free if you agree to clean up the lot after they tear down a building downtown or in a busy area. You pay to grade it, which may cost you 15,000. Even if you can't find a deal like this, you should be able to buy a lot for between 30 and 100,000. The booth might cost you 300 to put up. You pay someone $7 to $8 an hour to run the booth and people pay you 5 to 7 an hour to park there. And that might bring in an extra 30,000, 40,000 a month. Another income producing asset might be a laundromat where people come and put coins in the washing machines and in the dryers. That might bring in $22,000 a month. Or you might own a car wash. The car wash generates 600,000 a year for you. These are income producing assets that produce passive income for you without you actually being there. You could also write a book. Every time the book sells, you get paid a royalty. Or you could write a song or produce an album or get royalties from that. Or you could come up with an idea or invention and license it to people or businesses. That license could make you wealthy. The richest man in the world became wealthy through licensing. Bill Gates bought the DOS operating system back when the personal computer craze was launched. He bought it for 50,000 and then instead of selling it, he licensed it to IBM. Then he actually acquired the graphics user interface system from Apple, who acquired it from Xerox and licensed it. Bill Gates created this concept called Microsoft Windows. Every time somebody buys a PC for personal use, Bill Gates licensed that product to the buyer for approximately $299. This is a very powerful income producing asset. The Microsoft Windows program has a CD in it that probably costs Bill Gates 12 cents or less. It includes a book that probably costs Bill Gates 250 at the most to produce. The box may be under another $1. We'll say Bill Gates has $5 of materials invested in a software program and he licensed the software to you. He doesn't tell it to you. He licenses it to you so you can use it on the computer. That license costs $299, even though it only costs $5 to produce the actual product. That's what we call creating wealth. That's a business system. So obviously CDs helps us to date the book a little bit, but the concept of licensing a product is still available to us even if we're not using CDs anymore. Another income producing asset could be a website. These are all things that take either money or time in order for you to produce. Another great way for a person to get started enlarging their income producing asset window is for a person to start a HBB, which is home based business, working from home through a concept called network marketing or multi level marketing. You may have a negative impression of network marketing because you may know of someone who had a bad experience in network marketing. Maybe they got started and maybe they worked hard for a couple of years and didn't make any real money. So you think that network marketing doesn't work. Maybe you personally had a business experience with network marketing. Maybe you got started with a network marketing company that made you a lot of promises, and maybe the company went out of business, or other people around you were getting rich, but you weren't experiencing those kinds of results. If that's the case, don't worry. What I want you to understand is that even if you get started in network marketing and you don't have a fortune, at least you start working on building an asset that pays you when you don't go to work. I have income right now from a network marketing business that I built a long time ago. It paid for both of my brand new cars, my 2006 Cadillac Escalade and my brand new 2006 Mercedes CLS 500 Coupe. My network marketing business also pays for my house. When I first got started in network marketing, I didn't know what I was doing. However, after I learned the skills of sales, leadership, and empowerment, it didn't just make my network marketing business, it made my life better. Because of network marketing, I have skills that I can use in my business venture I choose. When faced with the lack of success I had with network marketing, most people would have quit. However, what I was doing back then, even though I didn't know, I was doing it was learning how to stop working for money. I was learning how to work to build an asset that would pay me from then on. And even though it didn't pay me very much on the front end, network marketing does work. However, the reason many people don't make money when they begin network marketing is because they would only know how to be employees. But in network marketing, they suddenly become business owners. In reality, they are still employees who own a business. They aren't business owners until they learn the skills of a business owner. For us to think the network marketing doesn't work because either we've had a bad experience or we know someone who has, would be saying that that person has never driven a car before. It would be like saying that that person has never driven a car before, never had a license, and never had a driver's lesson, should be able to start the car and get it out of the driveway without a hitch. If they can't, it's the driver's fault. It's not the car's fault. The same goes for network, neck, network marketing. So maybe the driver does get the car out of the driveway, and he drives down the road, gets ready to stop, but instead of stepping on the brake, he steps on the gas pedal. He runs through a red light and stop sign and has an accident. Again, we could say that the cars are bad, but they aren't. It's the person's fault for not learning how to become the driver of the vehicle that they now own. Network marketing is a great vehicle, but until you learn how to drive it, it's not going to be a great vehicle. Another good business you can put into your income producing asset window would be to have a website or websites where you sell products. You can literally sell those products to people all over the world. What happens when you first put time, money, effort, and energy into your income producing asset window? When you first get started focusing on the window, absolutely nothing happens. That's why most people will say this income producing asset stuff and being a business owner doesn't work. I think that's an important concept because you put all that time in, you want and need results, and that's part of the emotional interaction that happens that keeps us from doing all the things that we need to do in this area. So what do? They go back to trading their time for money at their job and spending all the money they make. All their income goes out the outgo window, or they buy junk stuff and blow it on the outgo window in the form of debt. Make a decision that you are going to focus on the income producing asset window until it begins to produce massive amounts of cash for you. So this is an important part right here, and he talks about like this being the difference maker for everybody. And so making that decision, I think, is the is the greatest concept here, right? If we can say that, hey, I'm making a decision, then you're going to be in the right spot. In the beginning, you will put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of energy into the income producing asset window, and nothing will happen. And this is an important part too, because you have to incorporate the people around you to help you know, or to help you stay focused and be able to do that. A lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of energy into that window, and nothing happening. But if you keep at it, eventually this income producing asset will be some money back into your income window. Then it will um, put even more money back into your income window. Before you know it, you're putting a little bit of a time, a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, a little bit of income into your income producing asset window, but it puts thousands of dollars into in cash back into your income window. Before long, your income producing asset window will kick off so much cash that it will create your income for you. It will pay all your bills. It will pay your house payment, your car payment, your utilities, your food, your clothes. Plus, it will buy all of your junk stuff, all of your computers and your PDAs and your Game Boys and your boats and your jet skis and your motorcycle. It will pay for you to play at exotic golf courses all over the world. Before you know it, your income producing asset window will have gotten so big that it pays for everything in your financial house. Your outgo window and your wealth reducing liability window will have gotten so small that your income producing asset window has almost consumed them. At this point, your IPA window will have become the biggest window in your house. Now you've got a very, very strong financial house. Learn how to save money, save some of that money with taxes through your roof, which is called asset protection. You got you get to take advantage of a lot of write-offs that rich people use and poor people never have the opportunity to take advantage of. That's how you build a strong financial house. This concept changed my life forever when I learned the concept of the four ways to make money with the window of opportunity and how to build a strong financial house. Literally, my income went from 47,000 per year to 112,000 per year in just 12 months. Using the concept of the strong financial house, I have gone on to produce five figures months, five figure weeks, five figure days. We've even gone on to produce some six figure months and six figure weeks. I have I have even had a six figure day and a six figure hour. On the next page, you'll see the financial house of the rich over time. This is what can happen as you begin to build a strong financial house. Although all of the principles in the book can drastically impact your wealth, make sure you study this one about your financial house until you memorize it. Meditate on it, chew on it, and focus on it until it's your natural way of thinking about money and what to do with it. I must warn you that this is going to be the way outside of the box of traditional thinking, or what I call traditional non thinking. I call it that because traditionally most people don't think. So understand this: if you are part of the small minority of people who do think, you will be mocked, scoffed, and even resented by some of the people closest to you for following this formula. So what's the formula is basically that you're taking your income and getting some, you are going into some of the IPA window, and then that IPA window starts spitting out all the money, so that your initial income that you had coming in is going into your income producing assets. Meanwhile, your income producing assets become your income, but they also become the thing that you pay bills with, the thing that you buy toys with. It will be the most difficult to follow these principles in the beginning before the benefits show up. It will get easier with time as your wealth begins to quietly grow and grow. So make a commitment to yourself from the very beginning to give these principles as much time as necessary to work in your life. I'm looking forward to hearing your testimony on what has happened for you as your financial house and your financial neighborhood begin to change. It won't be long before your physical house and neighborhood will also change. Let's go to the next chapter and look at how you can get these IPA business started. All right. Kind of curious about what this business, the hands-free money business plan, is all about. The hands-free money business plan is very simple, but it's very powerful. I got the idea from a couple of Bible verses in First Thessalonians 4:8 through 11. It says, "Study to be quiet and do your own business." Working with your hands is the thing. It is a thing that is good, so that you might walk honestly towards them that are without and have lack of nothing. Another verse, Ecclesiastes 5:3, it says, "A dream cometh through a multitude of business." So I combined the essence of these two verses and came up with the hands-free money business plan. Here's how it works. Since it said, "Work diligently with your hands," I knew that I dug enough ditches in my life and turned enough wrenches and hammered enough nails and sawed enough boards that I didn't want to use my hands in that capacity anymore. I decided I was going to use my hands for a concept. I was going to use my hands to create a business plan. I like that switch over. It takes some creativity for us to think outside of the box about what it really means, right? I decided that I wanted to start a business that I could run from my home. I knew that within 2 years, I wanted that business generating $10,000 a month in income. That 10,000 income had one requirement. After 2 years, it couldn't require any more than one finger worth of effort in order to run it. And when I got that business to 10,000 a month of income, then I'd start another totally different business that would generate another 10,000. Then 2 years later, I would start another business that would generate another 10,000. So that 6 years down the road, I would be making 30,000. Then I decided that I would start another business and it would get up to 10. And I created this business plan where in 20 years, I wanted to have 10 businesses paying me $10,000 and only requiring a finger's worth of effort to run it. If I'm making all of this money, but I'm working like crazy, then I have defeated my purpose. All right, we'll pick up here next time we meet up. So a couple of concepts. One is we went through all the windows and looked at the different housing opportunities that we can do. I think this is an excellent visual. This stays in my mind, and the way that I think about it, different scenarios, is really trying to focus on building money this way. I think it's a huge deal. All right, you guys, enjoy your day, and we'll talk to you soon.